Role models must be close to truly know who they are. If you only see them at their best, you can only have half the picture and fantasize and romance about the rest. Role models used to be flesh and blood people that you not only saw but could feel, touch, see at their worst, and how they rose above it or were buried under it. The directions they chose. Did they have standards they wouldn't cross or rules they wouldn't break, no matter if it was advantageous to them? It's important to know the person you idealize is a real person, not just a carefully crafted image sanitized for TV, internet, etc. Today, children's role models are movie, TV stars, singers, reality TV. All you need is to be good looking, cultivate an image, and carefully map out what you want people to see. It works because they only have to maintain that for as little as an hour a day, then go home and live their life. They get the adoring fans, take in money, and still get to be horrible people. All they have to fear is eventually their luck might run out and the fake will be exposed. When you pretend to have standards, and then it's discovered you have feet of clay, all of those that envied you, wanted to model their life after you, will dissolve away. And worse, there is always someone else ready to crucify you, to rise up on your funeral pyre. All too often it works because today we don't have standards. Many kids don't even have the faintest clue what personal responsibility is. Their role models don't even exist. And when they try to emulate their role models and are unsuccessful, they become demoralized. How much anger that they have internalized of themselves will then be turned to hatred when they discover the role models they envied couldn't do it either. All the hatred they placed on themselves because they believed you were a real person, only to discover it was all a fantasy. It feels like morality today is missing. But, like a phoenix, it always comes back by those who rediscover its value. This decade, we are on the death knell of the hypocrisy and fantasy of the shallow people, who, like cockroaches, can't stand the light of day. I hope we have reached bottom, and things are turning around, as it always must do, but it won't be in my lifetime. If humanity is to get better, it's not going to be from any of us alive today, because the most unsightly people are the most influential. But eventually, the old does die out, and a new, hopeful, stronger generation, hardened by the memory of the quote-unquote anti-role model, whose mantra will be not to be anything like the last generation. That is the generation I pray comes soon. We need to relearn what the World War II generation learned. They were the children of the Great Depression. They understood what was really important because they lacked someone to hand them everything on a silver platter. I know we are close to that generation because sadly my generation is going to leave nothing but dust for that generation to inherit. But I pray the promise of the Constitution will still be there, because even though we citizens have fallen far short of what was left us, the Constitution has not been gutted, just ignored, waiting for a generation that will rediscover what my generation hates. However, until then, humanity must choke and blindly grope in the haze as our fantasy role models lead us down a false path that will eventually reach a dead end, as it always must. History repeats itself, sadly enough, but it's not because of it, it's because of us. Thank you. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. The quote is from a man named, and I apologize if I'm about to mutilate this, Nietzsche. Thank you. Bye.